Here in this next video, we're going to talk about our Active Directory setup along with our group policy and some of the different policies that we implemented and the printer with the print server being deployed with group policy. So to start off, here's a look at of our Active Directory organization unit. We broke it down to quite a few different smaller subtrees, which kind of just make it a lot easier to organize things and deploy different policies and everything. And so here's a look at our two domain controllers I talked about that we had earlier. Homer being the primary domain controller, and then for our employees, we broke it down to these smaller OUs here, and even further yet when it came down to some of the different OUs. And we just we just moved a lot of our users that we had and imported them into the different OUs, kind of based on how they relate in the TV show and stuff, just to kind of keep it interesting. Um, so here's kind of a rundown on all the different employees, as you can see. And then we also did the same thing with our workstations. We broke it down to desktops, laptops, and then we even had an Apple computer that we put onto the domain. Maple, that's the fictitious company that The Simpsons gave name that they gave Apple in the TV show, which was kind of funny. And then we created one for media computers for conference rooms, just because typically computers in conference rooms are set up completely different, and they're more like multimedia oriented compared to where like most desktop computers for employees, are for businesses and stuff. And then also we have our servers. So take a look here at our group policy as well. We created just a couple easy OUs just to kind of show what you can do with them. We created a WSUS OU for the update policy, and this is deployed to all the workstations. And then in our WSUS server, we have it broken down to different groups for who gets updates and when and where, and to go further with that. Then we have our security groups. No, I'm sorry. We have our employees groups. We have the shared drives that we came down and kind of just to give you. Oops, didn't want to do that. I wanted to edit to kind of give you a look at what we have here for our group drives. The Y drive is for administrators. It's not really pushed out to anyone, unless you are domain admin. But the Z drive here, which stores the home drives and home folders for everybody, and all of the um, shared resources. So we mapped the drive. We did item level targeting, and then anyone with the Springfield staff group gets the drive when they logged in. And speaking of home drives, as you can see here, we'll bring up a student or Seymour Skinner here. Under the profile, we have a mapped home drive here. So everyone gets this U drive when they log in, and they have 2 gigabytes worth of storage. We did disk quotas for that, so they can share some of their own stuff on there. And then last, we did our print server, and we deployed the printer with group policy with this as well. As you can see, we just assigned it to the default domain policy because we wanted every machine that we have to get this printer, because this is the only printer that we have. So that wraps up our Active Directory segment here, and we'll be moving on to file services in the next video. Thank you.